Hey everyone, it's Amador, and today I'm here with a video response. I haven't entered a challenge in so long. I've wanted to and I've tried, but I always get busy, something always happens, and I really can't dedicate to what I want to make for that item, for that challenge. This is a video response for Carol. Hey Carol. She is one happy crafty chick here on YouTube, and this is her clean and simple card challenge. And I agree with her. I make so many cards that sometimes it needs a box or it needs to go, if it needs to go in a bag. And I've actually, when I've been asked to make cards, like for Nathan's mom, for her friends or family or whatever, like I always have to create a card box for it to go in because there's no way humanly possible it's gonna go in in an envelope at all. And sometimes I do make cards. This is the funny part. Let's see if I have one here. Oh, I do make cards sometimes, and I make them to fit the size of a small flat rate box. Now, granted, I forgot how much it is to ship one of these. I think it's like $5 or something like that. But if you think about it, you can fit a nice size card in here. So in this way, the person that's sending it out, if they want it super embellished or whatever, they can fit it in here because you have at least like about 1.5 inches of space. Now, yes, you can pay regular shipping to send out a card in a smaller box and stuff, but these are super steady. I mean, these are super sturdy, excuse me, so you can definitely send one in there. So anyway, especially if you want to overcreate something so beautiful and you want it to be protected. Anywho, enough of my babbling. I don't know if I mentioned, but I worked late last night. I haven't gotten to bed, so who knows what stupid thing I'll say today. So I was thinking, well, what do I do? I have my own version of simple cards, and apparently I'm wrong, but I thought, what is this? What can I do? So I racked my brain a little bit, and then I was like, okay, well, how about if I make a simple, clean and simple version of a card that I've made? And the most recent card I made was this one. I think I've been babbling on for already. This one for the Not Too Shabby Design team is one of my last pieces that I made. So this one is super dimensional. It has flowers that I handmade flowers that I made myself, and it has these gorgeous cold porcelain leaves, and the little girl, the swirl, the little girl, completely dimensional from the greeting farm stamp. There's some twine, there's leaves, there's little branches, little leaf sprays, this little banner that says dream, some swirls, and it opens up, and it's using this this die, this mason jar die. And let me show you which one I used. This one is a few people did ask me for this. This one is from, I don't even know if you can see that, from Top Dog Dies, and they're topdogdies.com. And this is a steel rule die, and it's mason jar. It's for an album, and this is the shape that you get. You can use it for an album. You don't have to, of course, but it's it's huge shape. I had a few questions when I had that. Where is my ruler? Never do I have this ruler close. How big it was, and this one is 4 5/8 by 7 inches. 4 5/8 by 7 inches. And just an FYI, you guys, Diamond Dies actually just came out with a wafer thin die, almost the same size. Yeah, I ordered it. I know it's the same size, but it's also the wafer thin die. This one you can cut chipboard and everything, and but it's not that cheap. So I'm just saying, if you want a more inexpensive version, get the wafer thin die from Diamond Dies. And you guys, I used a discount code. Their design teams, they each have a discount code. I use Olga's. It's thanks Olga. But all of their design team have their own discount code, and I think you get a specific amount off, like 10% off and free shipping after $35. I don't know. I'm just over here all over the place. Let me show you my card, please. So I used this. Let me show you what else I used. I used, that was the greeting farm stamp, and I used a cute little girl in the panda hoodie. Super cute. I used this stamp set, and I made little masks. You'll see what they were for. From Paper Tray Ink, and this is called The Sweet Life, and it's a 3-step stamp. I used that. I used the dream that I used for this right here from this little yellow bicycle dies from Hobby Lobby. I used this random stamp that I had. It's this beautiful big flower, but I used the swirl. I've never used the swirl, and I finally used it. So anyhow, enough of my babbling, but let me just go over this card one more time. So it's got pearls, it's got flowers, it has all sorts of hoopla. And this is my clean and simple version of it. I didn't make it exactly alike. I used the inspiration. I kept some of the same colors. So as you can see, this one has paper here, the twine. It has the flowers and everything. And this one has a little girl, and there's flowers crawling up into my spring globe card. And I Copic colored the little girl. And this is actually done on Copic paper. On, I don't know what the difference or which one it is. It's just Copic paper. And I stamped these layer stamps, and then I made the mask to cover them. I actually made a mask for the little girl, and for the flowers for me to then go in the leaves. And it has the dream also. I'll show you how that looks. But let me get a close up, and we'll start at the bottom. So since I didn't want to put anything on it other than ink, so I actually used my my Copic markers to color in just a light color. I didn't want to do it too dark for the lid because it would take over the whole card. So let me show you. So now you can see here, this is the stamp from the, what did I say it was? The Sweet Life from Paper Tray Ink, and it's in 3 colors and 3 pinks. And you know what? I did leave them out in case anybody did ask. And they're all Stampin' Up! Ink pads. I don't know if you guys saw one of my videos that I've taken off. I'm actually looking into replacing my ink pads. But I used Pink Pirouette, Pretty in Pink, and Regal Rose. So because it's three steps, you do the light one, the medium one, and the darkest one, which is the shading on there. So here's the little girl. I just colored her, just simple coloring, and used the blues and some C's, C1 and C3, or C0 and C1, whatever, to shade in a little bit the blue from darker to light, like I had just on the other one, the pinks, and just a cute little girl. And then you can see how I use the stamps, how I use I made the masks to then do the leaves afterwards. But this is the one, the stamp set has the cluster of 3, a large one, and a single one. And you can see here, hopefully it looks really well, and you guys see. And here's the swirl, because the original card did have a swirl. So, but this is just stamped. And I die cut this. This isn't a die cut that's put on top. I die cut into the card base. And then what I did was I just basically made, a card topper. And then I cut out, this is Basil Robin's Egg cardstock. So I just folded it and put it really close to the edge of the die to make my card. So this is cut into it. And I was going to make it like kind of see-through, and it was just complicated. It was just being too much of a pain in the butt. But yeah, and so let me show you. Carol, please be proud of me. I have never, even in my beginning card making, craft making years, have I ever made a card so flat. This may not be simple to some people. To me, this is simple, but I have never made one so flat. So let me show you how flat it is. There you go. All it is 3 pieces of paper. And basically because I needed a sturdy card base. And it stands also like the original one. But yeah, tell me that doesn't fit into an envelope, Carol. How you like them apples? So yeah, I'm extremely proud of myself. I know I sound like a goofball sometimes when I'm like saying I like my projects and stuff, but yeah, there you go. See? And let's see next to the original one. Here is the difference. There you go. See? Completely different. But I like to think that it's very close to the original one. I totally love it. It did take me a bit. This is all Copic paper. It did take me a bit to stamp these, but I had 3 different, the 3 different layers on 3 different acrylic blocks. I have a bunch of blocks, so I was able to do the light color on all of them, then the medium color, and then the dark color to have it all done, to have it all together. And I basically colored the little girl in the same tones. This one's the blues are a little stronger, but I felt that I needed to make them a little stronger to kind of show up a little more for her not to be taken over by the flowers. And like I said, I used some of the C00, C01, and C3, excuse me, on the white to give it shading. And just a little girl, and yeah, so just a bunch of pinks, and so yeah, so and then the color's light enough for you to write something in, and there's like I said, you just fold it, you score it, and fold it right close to the edge of the die, and there's your card. So yeah, and hopefully I did pretty good. I've never just free-handed something like that, so I think I did pretty good. Let's hope the camera adds on some fabulousness there. But anyhow, so yeah, so I've gone on babbling for 10 minutes, just for a dang card. But like I said, I'm pretty proud of myself. So that is my entry, Carol, to your clean and simple card challenge. I hope you like it, you guys. I hope everybody likes it. I hope I explained everything and showed all the products, because sometimes I forget one or two. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave them in the description. Go check out Carol's channel. I will leave the links in the description, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.